Okay, I'm just waiting for a few people to show up here. Let's have a little discussion about something. And I will be with you shortly. I'll wait for a few more people to show up and we'll begin our discussion. Okay, topic of discussion, and this is going to take a little bit of input from you guys too on here. Luke and Laura, General Hospital. Popeye's certainly familiar with that. Luke was always getting into trouble and dragging Laura into it, and Popeye would know very well about soap operas, General Hospital. Barry and Shaw, the Luke and Laura of YouTube. I know, sounds ridiculous, right? What do you think they are? Or the Bonnie and Clyde? Now, here you have a woman who is supposedly terribly depressed, has PTSD, is frightened even to go out. But she's gallivanting all over the place, Manila, everywhere, out with her friends, out shopping. We'll get to that. Don't think this woman has any problems. And where's her problem stemming from? Me? Hell no. Although that's soon to come, but that's another story. Her boyfriend is sitting in, as far as I know, because I don't really know. For all I know, he could still be in Mandawi. I have an open mind about this. I don't really know. I assume that he is in Bickerton. So let's assume that he is. What is it, 18 days now? 17 days? I'm not even sure. I don't really keep track of it. I'm just happy he's still off the streets. Okay. Um, his girlfriend has been putting on a lot of shorts, showing a wonderful time she's having, drinking with her friends and cousins. She's out boasting about, now that my shopping is done, it's time to splurge. Okay, so you tell me what's interesting about that statement. Let me let you talk for a little bit, if you're willing to come on here and make a comment. What's wrong with that statement? Don't be afraid to talk on my show. What is wrong with that statement? What is wrong with that statement? Done shopping, time to splurge. So, I mean, you have money to splurge? Well, if you have money to splurge, the question is, why are you not helping your boyfriend out? It gets very interesting, doesn't it? I want to know what you guys have to say about this and be honest about it. What do you make of the video she's been putting on? She's trying to send a particular message. Like, ha ha, you're not affecting me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm going on with life, whether Barry's sweating his nuts off in a fucking prison or not. I'm out spending my money or money that somebody gave me. Somebody gave me. So she's on a shopping spree. Well, not that I care that Barry's in a bad situation in prison. I couldn't care less. In fact, I like it. However, something don't add up here. She's on a spending spree and she's boasting about it. And for what's the purpose of that? Why is she not spending that money on her beloved boyfriend? What's with that? Inquiring minds want to know. What's it all about? What is the message she's trying to put out? Hey, I don't care. Do what you want. I don't care. I'm not spending money. But I made a complaint against Frank Battaglia. Real name, pronounced Battaglia, just to get it straight. Okay, our first comment. Mr. Loser, I like the one video titled, My Stomach is Full and My Heart is Happy. Yeah, I saw that. Her heart is happy because Barry is locked away and she has nothing to do with him anymore. Perhaps. That's the kind of discussion I want on here. That's exactly what I want to hear. I want to hear your opinion about it. It's getting very interesting, actually. And of course, the latest is that she's done shopping. It's time to splurge. So she shows a bag from Landmark and something else. Well, there's certain ways of looking at this. If you got all that money to spend, or whoever's giving you that money, they're certainly not helping Barry, are they? And she's not helping Barry. So what's with that? Got a little cheese in Denmark that's starting to smell here. Why is he shoving it in her viewers' faces that she's out shopping? And what is the message to that? Well, there's a lot of messages with a lot of her shorts. Drinking, this and that. Okay. That she's capable of having a good time. That she's not depressed. She doesn't have PTSD. None of the above. So her report was absolutely false. Loser says she never went to see Barry. She went on a shopping spree. Well, you see, her sister lives in that area of Manila, maybe Makati or something. That's where she was, in Makati. Now, if she has all this money to shop, number one, why isn't she helping the guy that she wanted to marry? Who showed crocodile tears when the big ego and his wife and harem came over to the jail cell in the past to visit him in Mandawi. And she was practically in tears when they said they were there to help him. You see all the bullshit that's going on here, guys? It's complete and utter bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah, she went on a shopping spree. And where is this money all of a sudden coming from that she could go on a shopping spree? Her sister? Treating her? Perhaps. Perhaps. My understanding is that her sister has a couple of bucks. The successful side of the family, apparently. Living in Manila, a little higher than she's living. So, with that in mind. Mr. Ice Store, hello. All orchestrated by Howdy Doody. Yeah. There's a lot of orchestration going on here. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot of orchestration. Well, Barry sits in a, I love that word, sweltery, whatever, hot, smelly urine cell with rats and roaches, limited food, eating soggy rice and vegetables and occasionally a fish. She's out in Makati shopping, trying to show everybody, look at me. Look at me, I'm at Landmark. And I'm done shopping, but now it's time to splurge. What do you make out of that? Miko says, Ego has no concern for Barry, Jay, but he's trying to get Shaw in the harem. Well, whatever he's trying to do, she ain't getting that money. They're not coming out of thin air, I can tell you that. So she's supposed to be so horribly, and I recorded all this for future reference, okay? I recorded these shows. Absolutely recorded them, to show the system, the immigration, that, furthermore, that it's all bullshit, that it was all made up. And I'm really serious that that's where I'm going tomorrow. I'll tell you the truth. We're going to have a very little roundtable discussion tomorrow at my lawyer's office about this whole thing. That's where I'm going tomorrow. That's exactly, I'm going to tell you, that's where I'm going. Well, I have a couple of other things to do there too, but that's where I'm going tomorrow. And we're going to discuss this situation and find a direction to take this. Because her bullshit report was meant to hurt. It was not meant to tickle me. Tickle, tickle, tickle. It was not meant to tickle me. It was meant to hurt me and Gilda. And yes, we are livid about it. Oh, we sure are. We sure are. So we have some decisions to make. The other Discord saying nobody or nothing will touch you. Well, I don't know about that. I have a very open mind about what's going on, but I says I do have avenues that, we will take. That's already starting to do, actually. I'm not going to go into detail, but, I think out of the box, unlike some people. If I was going to be arrested, I'd be arrested already. That's first of all, just to let you know. And something's coming in a couple of days. Big E said, yeah, well, it's been a couple of days, Big Ego. There's no cops at my door. Nobody's arresting me. In fact, I walked in front of the police station today. I was downtown twice here in Santa Fe. I've seen police on the road. They know me, this, that, this, that. So does everybody else. Nobody coming to my door to arrest me. If they did, there'd be an injunction on the immigration, there'd be a TRO, and other surprises. There's different avenues, like I said. I'm not going to discuss all of them. Coinky Dinky, my girlfriend's lawyer, that she has a civil case going. Her lawyer happens to work in the same firm as somebody that's actually on the Court of Appeals in Cebu. Isn't that something? I don't know if it's Manila. What is it? No, Manila, not Cebu. The Court of Appeals in Manila. Isn't that a coincidence? Okay, got to read my comments. Miko, Frank, you have to realize Ego is a big manipulator. Be careful with him. He is sneaky. Oh, I know that. You're not telling me I don't know. When he has a point to make, he tries to make it, but that's where we're alike. Anything other than that, we are totally different from each other. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Now, I don't know what they're talking about on Discord, but there's a lot of shit going on, and maybe this will trigger Discord a little bit. There's a lot of shit. A little bit of money flowing here, a little bit of money flowing there. I know what's going on. She's out on a shopping spree, the one with PTSD, and she's highly depressed. She's afraid to leave her apartment because she's afraid of me. She's going to get hurt. She's been partying the whole time since she put that report in. All the time, going out with her friends, not afraid to venture out, getting on airplanes, going out with her sister and her friends, drinking. Lots of drinking going on. Now, why is the drinking? Is she depressed because her boyfriend, she's never going to be able to have a relationship in her life again? Or is she celebrating the fact that he's in there and time to move on? I don't know. Could be a combination of both. Maybe she's playing this out for what she can to get a little money from the Big Ego and Mick Fisher and all these people. We can speculate till the cows come home. But whatever it is. And whatever is happening, it's happening. She's out on a shopping spree. She puts these useless videos on, absolutely pointless, useless videos, just to get the viewership, okay? Just to get the watch hours in. Totally useless, pointless videos. Because Barry always tells her, run something on there. You got to run something on there. It's going to amount for viewership and all that stuff. Barry's been really controlling her for a long time on that. Because it's both their channels. It's both. Okay. Uh, Stefan says, Steven. Forgive me. I'm going to call you Steven. I can't say Stefan. It doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe she is finally waking up and realizing there's absolutely no future with Barry. Well, if it took her this long to figure that out, then I don't know what to say about that. It's like, hello, where have you been? What kind of coma have you been in? You know, when did they put the respirator back in and you became awake? You know, like, what the fuck? Seriously. Mr. Eistor says, my concern is the aggravation this has caused you and Gilda. It feels illegal. It is illegal. It is very illegal, as she will find out. Very illegal. She knows what she has to do. And it's the same thing with Barry. Barry knew what he had to do, and he didn't do it. He didn't stay off YouTube at the time, remember, after he had 5 charges on him? Now he's considered a convict. And Coinky Dinky, how it works out, he still wound up in Bickerton after all. How did that work out for him? Not very well, I would say. And now he's going to be permanently blacklisted. There's no relationship. Pretend all you want. There is no relationship. There's none. There's none. Pretend all you want. They'll never be able to see each other after the smoke clears. Question, is he going to be able to raise almost 800,000 pesos? We'll see. The high roaders, I said, they're kicking dirt in his face, left and right. All because they don't want to see me get any money out of this, which Barry, owes me 250,000 pesos. That's part of it anyway. Okay. Hello, we got a judge in the house again. Love the thumbnail with. Well, you're calling her Abe. I'm not. I mean, you're trying to get me in trouble here? You trying to get me in trouble? Watch what you fucking say on my show. You're calling her Abe. I'm not. Okay? You're calling her Abe. You think she looks like Abraham Lincoln? Okay. You're off my show, Dredd. You're a fucking rebel rouser, Get off my fucking show. Judge that, Dredd. She looks like whatever you think she looks like. Keep it to yourself and not on my show. Okay? That's all I ask. If I want to give my opinion of what she looks like, I will give you my opinion. But in the heat of a legal system going on, I'm not going to say anything. I'll keep my opinion to myself. Okay? Thank you. Everybody has their own opinion. Okay. That's fair enough to have your own opinion, but not on my show. When it comes to something that is actually in progress at the moment that we are taking care of. So let's just keep this in mind. If you're going to come on my show, kind of watch what you say on here. Okay, Miko says, they're trying to get you, I know. They're trying to get you nervous about deportation. You need to stand firm and they are trying to panic you. Well, I'm not in a panic. I'm just more pissed. Panic ain't the word. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm irritated. That's what I am. I'm not panicked. If I was panicked, I wouldn't even do any shows on here. Point being, the lies between both of them. I don't know who's the biggest liar, her or him. I don't know. Both. Because you all know that report was bogus as shit. And I'll say this 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. For 1,000 years. Complete lies. She's out having a good fucking time shopping and pushing it in her viewers' faces. Like, look at me. I could just put a report on anybody. And I could try to destroy their life. But I'm going out shopping. And meanwhile, my boyfriend is supposedly in Bickerton. living under some really horrid conditions, and she's out shopping. Okay, what does that say about her? I'm just allowing you guys to make your opinion on this. What does that say about her? Okay, let's see. Miko says Ego had a litany of law breaking in PI. If DSWD finds out that his kids are not going to school, it could put him in deep water. Well, that's why he's in Vietnam. I think he burned his bridges in Makati in the Philippines. I think he burned his bridges here. And that's why he's in Vietnam. Follow me? Put the pieces together, connect the dots. Yeah, just think out of the box a little bit. Money is coming from somewhere, but if there's any money going to her intended for Barry, well, apparently there ain't enough because he's still there. Unless Barry is already on his way home, but that wouldn't be possible either because he will not be able to go anywhere unless he pays the court, pays me, pays the rest of the money to the lawyer, and pays his immigration overstay fees and so forth and so on. Okay? He's not going anywhere. Yeah. He's not going anywhere. She's out shopping. Now, we talk about Barry, but come on. You know what I'm saying? Read my mind. We talk about him. However, this love affair, or torrid love affair, between Luke and Laura here, something ain't seeming right. She's out shopping and throwing in everybody's faces. Done shopping, now it's time to splurge. And she always has money for booze. She started drinking on her show, did she not? I'm not making this up. No legal liability here. No need for a disclaimer. She's boozing it up. Is she boozing it up because she's worried what's going to happen to her after her complaint is quashed? That she might be facing legal litigation and mitigation and all that great stuff? Or is she drinking because she's so worried about Barry that he's in a horrible place? And I can't buy that. I can't buy that part. I just can't. Because she's out shopping, having a good time with that money from booze that she showed on her shows. Be fair about this, she did. And money shopping could be going to Barry's freedom. But it's not. But it's not. The sister wives are sending their money from Howdy Doody. Mr. iStore says, I always felt Bummer gives the impression she gets his money, but in reality, she can't touch it. Loser says, Ricky probably gave her money, as everyone knows that he lied about you. Yeah, Ricky hasn't been on, has he? I know he was last in Germany, either dropped dead or is in the hospital, or things just haven't been happening to him very much in Southeast Asia. Even when he has to pay for his dates, it doesn't seem to be working for him. I think it's come down to that point. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of money being slopped around, like slopping pigs. There's a lot of money being slopped around. You're just not seeing it. You're not seeing where the money flow is coming from. And just take a wild guess of where the money might be coming from. She don't have no money, okay? Her sister's practically supporting her. You think she makes a fortune at the Sari Sari store and making those 3-inch carpets? I don't think so. And at the same time, she was helping Barry out when he was in the detention center in Mandawi? I don't think so. There's a money source somewhere. Okay? Well, the money source was from Barry when he was in Mandawi. First of all, because, of course, as you all know by now, he's been getting his Social Security disability check the whole goddamn time, and he lied to every one of you. Again, it's not his first offense with that. As I said, he opens his mouth what's going to come out is lies. So there's a lot of lying going on here. A lot of undercover shit going on here right now. ISO says Licky was on Be More Ron's panel today, talking. He was talking crap on me. I'll see him in SNR again. It might be a little bit different scenario this time. I'm going to embarrass the shit out of him on camera and in public. Wait, just wait. I'll run into him in SNR at some point. I'll run into him again. It's going to be a whole different scenario than last time. There ain't going to be no fucking shaking hands with the devil. And what kind of crap was he saying on me? I don't listen to those Be More Ron crap and all that shit. Yeah, there's money being exchanged. Absolutely. Even to the immigration. Who knows? Who knows? Because that report was completely bullshit. Somebody made a little money. Somebody made a little money to put that report together. Okay? Because that's the most bogus, bullcrap, invalid report you could ever fucking read, and I've read it 10 times. And I'm fairly intelligent. I've got enough intellect to look at that and know what the real situation is and define where she's wrong and where she's lying. Because it's about me. I would know whether she's lying or not. And the whole fucking report was nothing but out and out lies. If she really has PTSD, I've never seen it. She really has depression, I haven't seen it. Out shopping, going out with the girls, drinking with the cousins, going here to Manila, going there. Having a great old time, I think. That's not a woman that's depressed or has PTSD. Bullshit on that. Licky, what? He's circulating new edited photos of me. Makes you look very old. Well, I don't think Ricky looks in the mirror very often. And what he looks like, you get my point. Boy, has he got a nose on him, I swear to God. He has a habit of leaning his head back when he talks, you know. He's got the biggest nostril holes I've ever seen. Bigger than Klinger on fucking MASH. Really. It really does. It really does. When they call him a pig and all that shit. And I mean, he does have a nose that, I mean, by all appearances. I mean, it's known on YouTube. People see it. I'm not lying about something. I'm not saying anything illegal, anything wrong. You know, he's got some big ass fucking nostrils, man. Wearing a toupee, whatever. He's Ricky has no position to talk about me or make fun of me. I don't look bad for my age at all. I'm in a lot better shape than Ricky will ever be in his life. And he's about 10, what is he now? I don't know, 8 or 9 years younger than me or something like that. Ricky looks like the Pennsylvania Dutch boy on Hormone. That's a Pennsylvania Dutch boy. Oh, like a can of paint? Dutch boy paint? Yeah. Or just a regular Dutch boy you kind of see in Pennsylvania, the Amish or whatever. Yeah. He looks so ridiculous. I mean, I seriously don't know how, even for the money, that a woman would date him. Even for the money. I mean, how much are you willing to put up with, really, to make a little money? I mean, you got to ask yourself the question if you're one of these women. How far will I go to make some money? That's going pretty far. I think that's going really far. And you got to almost feel for these women. They're that desperate that they'll go on a date with him for money. I don't know, man. It takes all types, I guess, according to what your desperation level is, I guess. There's a Pennsylvania Dutch boy. That was a good one. Okay, so what do you make of Barry's girlfriend's situation? What is she trying to prove with her shorts? What is the message she's trying to put out there, and who's behind it? Take a while to guess. But tell me what you think. It's an open forum here. What is the purpose of her shows? And the question is, does she not realize that she's putting herself in a bad position? I mean, look what her report was about. What I supposedly did to her, no evidence. And that she's depressed and got PTSD. I don't see one shred of evidence on that at all. None. None. Does anybody see that? Open forum. Speak it now. Anybody? Do you see depression or PTSD displayed by this woman? I don't. That's why I keep these videos. It makes it easier for me when she does the shorts, actually, to keep record. Otherwise, I do a remix or a clip or something. But when she does the shorts like that, that works for me a lot better. Oh, yeah, I copy all this shit. Time comes, that's going to be presented. Like I told Barry, you're playing with the wrong person, man. I don't care who's backing here with money. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Unless you're going to pay off the immigration or something, that's a different story. A wrong person, is going to get away with something, perhaps. And maybe that's what that report was all about. Maybe somebody in the background was being paid off. I can't prove it. But I've had some very important people in my life that are kind of interested in my case or the complaint, who pretty much agree with what I'm saying. Istar, she's goading you big time, hoping you crack. Mentioned by the sphincter. I've always liked that one, the sphincter. Okay, let's go with that. I like that one better. Yeah, I know. But let's see what happens in here. Look what happened to Barry. Did it turn out good for Barry? Does she feel that strongly it's going to turn out very well for her? Because you don't know. Barry thought he'd be home a long time ago. Every time a holiday came, I'll be home. I'm not going nowhere. And nobody's going to get me in Biggie. I'm not going to Biggie, motherfucker. Where is he right now? He's in Biggie. Get my point? Okay. She try to goat me all she wants. May not work out very well for her. But let's play this step by step. She knows what she has to do. Because if I have to take this any further, well, then there's going to be a case that I will file. Where do you think I'm going tomorrow? To discuss these issues with my lawyers. That's exactly where I'm going tomorrow. Let's see, the high roaders are always in communication and scheming. They're always scheming. Scheming and scamming and whatever. Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy. They don't like losing. Well, neither do I. We got that in common. Well, I clearly won with Barry. There's no question about that to date. Absolutely clear as a fucking bell. If you want to look at it that way, as far as who's winning and who's losing. There's no question at all. None. So, work on number 2 now and see where we're going to take this. It's according to what happens. She can be completely cleared of all the possible charges I'm going to put on her. Completely, if she cooperates. If she doesn't, well, there's no physical threat going on here. There's nothing like that. What are you looking for now? I'm having just a scoop of this, that's all. Okay. Just a scoop, just a scoop. You ain't getting none. Well, they all think this is, they all think this is really funny, but it's not funny at all, folks. It's not funny at all. I gotta soften this thing up. Discord has a new poll. Who will get the TRO from Frank? Who will get the TRO? Oh, okay.
Yeah?
High screen.
It's just getting on.
No, just to try to soften it up a little
Okay.
bit. Didn't even do anything really. I just needed a little tidbit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of tidbit of that.
Ice cream, huh?
Ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. TRO, no, the TRO will be against the immigration. And yes, you can do that. You absolutely can, as I found out. Pardon me, I'm kind of multitasking at the moment here. I'll read your statements on it in a minute. Damn, this is hard shit. Okay, I gotta watch what I say. I have a young one around here. Watch my language. Damn, this is some hard ass. Oops. Gotta watch it. Kids going crazy. Kids are going crazy. I'll be with you guys in a minute here. I'm concentrating on something right now. I'll get to your comments shortly. Very low, but I didn't want much of this shit. Okay, getting back to business here. I gotta read the comments here. The high roaders are always in communication and skimming. We wrote that. Esther says Discord has a new poll. Who'll get the TRO? Esther says Mario is back on Discord. Oh, is he? I don't know if that's the real Mario or not. I'll write him. I'll write Mario. I'll ask him directly. So you back on Discord? That's what I'll do. He ain't gonna tell me, but. And what is Mario saying? Definitely, Mark says definitely have a nice family here. Yeah, they are. Okay. How many people think that Barry's girlfriend should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law? Be open, be honest. Because, yeah, we're pissed about this, believe me. I don't show it all the time, but I am pissed about this whole thing. I'm irritated. I think irritated is the appropriate word. I'm more irritated than anything. I hate liars. The one thing I hate is fucking liars, man. I hate fucking liars. You can imagine how I feel about Barry. When all he does is lie. I had no respect for that guy at all. Istor says, won't get into he said, she said thing, but Mary was ultimate fence jumper and backstabber. Okay, sorry, I had to screenshot this. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Fucking A. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. My constituent. Yeah. Mario, if that was a real Mario. So I'll write him an email. Of course, he'll deny. You know, we had a falling out, and for good reason, but I always suspected that Mario was behind, because we discussed a lot of personal information. Because I've been talking to that guy for over 3 years. It's got to be. And we both shared a lot of personal information. And who would know certain things but Mario? Mario would know. He always told me, I don't talk about you. I never say anything about Barry or anything else. But I always suspected that he was one of the trolls on there playing both sides of the fence. Because don't forget, why Mario was incognito is because he put a guy in jail for a long time. And it's a very dangerous situation he had. He could be killed as a result of it. And that's why he goes from his house into his car, into wherever he's going. You're never going to see him walking the streets. He's in hiding. He's in hiding. I read in the paper every day people being arrested for less than what his girlfriend is doing to you. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, we're really irritated with her. And that's why I'm going to Cebu. I'm telling you right out front. I could hide it. We're going to have a little roundtable discussion tomorrow with two of the lawyers in regards to her situation and what we plan to do about it. Because once the immigration comes out with their what do you call their answer to all this, if it's not something I want to hear, bingo, bingo, bingo. I already gave him a partial retainer on this already, which I can get back if we don't pursue anything. I gave him a partial retainer, but he's not spending it because that's what the discussion's all about, where we're going with this. And just as a precautionary precautionary measure on this. Oh yeah, we mean business. Oh, we mean business. We certainly do. I meant business with Barry and I took care of it, didn't I? Well, if there's more business to take care of, I guess I'll take care of that too. Imagine you had an emergency and had to leave the country. Could you? Nope. I can't. You think thank her for that? No, I couldn't leave the country. There's no emergencies I'm going to have in America anyway. I have no business in America. I have no relatives that I'm actually in touch with or anybody in the family that's even alive, really, most. Or that I even give a shit about communicating with, put it that way. No, if you had an emergency, you had to leave the country, you'd have to show total proof, like if you had a family member that was dying or something like that or whatever, and they still probably wouldn't let you. No, I'm not thinking they would. Nope. Give me a straight out opinion. I want a straight out opinion. What do you think of Barry's girlfriend, what she's doing? I want a straight out opinion. Come on, we got at least 18 people in here watching. Give me a straight out opinion, and if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Tell the truth. She's out shopping. Well, we know the shows are very purposely orchestrated. Of course they are. Easy money. Barry's girlfriend wants 250,000 pesos. She wants 250,000? From who? To get Barry out or to spend on a shopping spree, which is... Maybe that's it. Well, she's out shopping. Oh, I know. She's trying to pull everybody's legs, you know. I know that guy. I'm not that gullible. I find humor when she puts shows on. Gone, finished shopping, ready to splurge now. And what the fuck is that supposed to mean? What kind of gibberish is that? Done shopping, now I'm going to splurge. You mean You're not going to splurge on Loverboy? Oh, naughty, naughty. You've been splurging on him all this time. Did you give up on him? Did you finally wake up out of that coma? Yeah. You know what, man? I don't care either way. It's funny no matter how you look at it. Things worked out for me regarding Barry. It really did. It was a lot better the way this turned out and what my lawyers and I decided to do regarding his case. His case is now over. It's history, but now it's unfortunately still not over for him, unfortunately. So he's got a long road ahead of him. What has it been? 17, 18 days so far he's in there? Who's counting? Oh, what is that? Popeye's supposed to do a special show tomorrow on Barry's special anniversary, celebrating his 2 years being locked up abroad. But, if you're going to flaunt money around, oh, I'm on a shopping spree, there's not going to be anybody feel sorry for you. If she's trying to get simpatico, she's trying to get sympathy from the viewers. I don't even see how it's even possible to get sympathy from the viewers after she's lied to everybody. Don't forget, when she put that report in, she didn't just lie to immigration, to me. She lied to every single one of you. Because she made this statement that I did this and I did that when I never did it. That means that she also lied to every one of you and every one of her viewers and all Barry's viewers and the high roaders and everyone. Well, the high roaders are partially behind us. You have to understand how this thing works. Easy Money says, I think Filipinos are very vindictive. Oh, they sure the fuck are. Even my neighbor constantly tries to F with you and just, asking her a favor, maybe her stuff off my fence and the gates of hell open up. Yeah, I believe that. Mr. Ice Store says, you nailed Barry to the Bickerton wall, but she has you in a corner. She deserves a stiffy. A stiffy? Who would give her a never mind. Don't let me get into that. Why does she deserve a stiffy? I don't know what you mean by a stiffy in that sense, sexually or what. Oh, like a stiff legal thing. Okay, gotcha. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have a little roundtable discussion tomorrow, later in the afternoon. It might happen the next day. I'm not sure. It's according to what time we're going to arrive. Okay, yeah, I figured it out by now. But you said stiffy. I'm wondering, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We'll see. On many grounds, there's a number of grounds we could do this on, too. That's already been discussed, but we're going to see where we want to go with this. Of course, I'm not going to reveal any information from my little round table meeting. It's actually oval, but let's call it round for the sake of conversation. And where that discussion goes, nobody knows. Not on my show, not anywhere. The only person going to know about it will be her. Because, we're not happy about this, obviously not. And you wouldn't be happy you're in that situation, too. Do you really think I'm going to sit here and just take that shit? You know me better than that. I think she does, too. But it's really amazing how the family don't even help him out. She's probably still telling half the family that he's in America somewhere. She was hiding half her family, hiding him from half her family. I thought he was this great guy, worthwhile marrying. Why would you lie to your family? Oh, I answered my own question, because he's in jail. You don't want to put that kind of information to your whole family. Because they may try to say, leave the bum. And she don't want to hear that. Oh, it's probably killing him right now that he can't be doing shows on his phone. Oh boy. It's one thing not to have the Xbox, but not to have the phone 24/7, not be able to do live shows on there. That's killing him alone. That alone is punishment. That alone, contact with the outside world. And I understand about that. Phones come in really handy for talking to loved ones, but he gets to do that. They will give you a certain amount of time to call family or call your lawyer, things like that. But that's it. Otherwise, it'd be considered contraband if you're hanging onto that phone and you're. But he's stupid enough. I mean, obviously, he's proved that before. He's stupid enough to still use his phone for doing the same thing that got him in trouble in the first place. How many times have we talked about that? How many times have you proved me right about that? Boys just don't have any fucking brains. I don't know what kind of shit he was into before he came to other than legal stuff. I'm talking about pharmaceuticals or whatever. I don't know what he was into before he came to the Philippines, but damn, something happened. How his brain got fried like that. It wasn't being kicked around from his father. I don't know. His only claim, the self-proclaimed famous YouTuber, Esther says, yeah, his only claim to fame. Oh, he's famous, all right, but he's more infamous, not famous. I only had a little chunk of that. That's all I had. It was so hard to cut that up and all that. So, where are we going tomorrow, Gilda? Where are we going tomorrow? Where are we going tomorrow? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm trying to let them hear you. That's the whole idea. Where are we going tomorrow?
Cebu?
Oh, you have to tell me where we're going?
Yeah.
Why are you afraid to say that on here? I already
No,
told them
I'm
we're going
not
to Cebu. And I said we have a purpose where we're going.
Early morning.
Okay. Why were you whispering to me? Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Okay. Yeah, I only claim the fame. You got that right. You guys get it right, you get it right. Hey, look, this is not the way, I want to spend my retirement. I'll put that right up front. It's not what I planned, but no matter what, I'm still going to do whatever it is I feel I need to do. Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. And I do mean nothing. Nada. Not a fucking thing. You start fucking irritating me that much, I'm going to take care of that irritation. We'll put the cortisone cream on that, we will. Why'd you retract your message there, James? Okay. Question. You guys are always talking about Discord. What are they saying on Discord about her? Are they believing her phony report on me? Her complaint? Where does the Discord people stand on that? That's a good question. Where do they stand? I mean, not that it matters. They're not, they're not a court of law. I wasn't yelling at Gilda, you fucking asswipe. Get the fuck off my show. Get the fuck off my show. I wasn't yelling at her. Yelling at Gilda. I'll show you what a real yell is. You'll know if I'm yelling at somebody. Believe me, you'll know about it. And you've heard me before. when I was telling Barry or anybody else where to stick it, you know. You've heard me before. I don't care who the fuck I block on here. I'm not making money on this fucking show. You try to be a dickweed with me, I'll treat you like one. Let's see. Discord doesn't dive deep into her credibility. Most feel sorry for her cause of Mantis. Well, we can understand that part too, but that's her doing. I mean, who she chooses to be with, that's her doing. How do you feel sorry for her for that? That's her choice. If she wanted to date a loser, then that's her thing. Can't feel sorry for her for that. Maybe in a sense that she's still relatively young, and every Filipina deserves to be with a man who has the ability to take care of her, the ability to love, the ability to care, who has any kind of compassion, who has a real heart, and you don't have to support. There's plenty of men out there. Now, whether they be interested in her, I couldn't tell you. You know, everybody has their own taste, but to each his own. But there's got to be something better out there for her than this guy. You logically think. She is leading the TRO poll. Do you even know what a TRO is? Okay. And how that works? Oyster says a few disorders would date her. Your comments, not mine. Patty is back. Since Barry was locked up, it's pretty much about you. Oh, well, yeah, that's how it works. Of course. They got to go for leftovers. That's the way it works. If I wasn't on here, they'd eventually find somebody else to attack. Historically, that has been proved right. Esther says, true. The bomber folder is empty. Because there's nothing to talk about it anymore. They keep on talking about that Bummer had a victory, and I'm still trying to figure out, where is this victory? He lost everything. Where's the victory? Somebody tell me, like Barry says, somebody please tell me, because I'd like to know. Well, using Barry's statement, I'd like to know too. Where's the victory for Barry? 2 years, locked up. Now he's in Bikiton. If you don't get the money to get out of there, he will remain there. Because everything I looked up and everything I talked to my lawyer says the same thing. He doesn't pay up everything he owes, his lawyer, the money that's owed for his immigration overstay, pay to court, 250 grand pesos, pay me 250 G's, and whatever else. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going anywhere. Lost his relationship, and that's what she wants to do. That's what she's trying to do to me. No, I will never lose my relationship. If I ever got deported, I'd be right in Asia. And because I didn't commit any heinous crimes, I would not have a permanent block. Talk to my lawyer about that. If worse came to worse, if you want to examine the worst scenario with all this stuff, no. Shit, I've been away from her for 14 months. One time, because of the COVID, I went to Hawaii. Communicated every damn day. It's like we never left each other. It's no big deal. And I had some shit to take care of anyway, so it kind of really worked out for me. I got to work on a house, fix it up, and I got the goddamn house sold. That was a very, very good period of time that I had to work in maintenance on the house there and all that. So that worked out pretty well. There's always something called communication. Just be in touch. Okay, Patty Trudeau, whatever. Half are betting he will be there a few years. Some think he will be deported in 6 months. I give it the maximum of 6 months. But the strange thing about all this, apparently her family don't give a fuck. Maybe they found out what he's all about finally. Maybe they're trying to discourage her from wasting her time anymore because, okay, let's be realistic about this. If he's going to be kicked out of the country, okay, and be permanently blacklisted, is there a future for them? He's not going to be able to come back into Southeast Asia. In fact, his passport, I didn't even mention that. His passport is starting to expire now. And you know how that works with a passport? You can't renew it unless, you got to be 5 months, 5 months before the passport. And look it up if you think I'm bullshitting. 5 months before your passport expires is when you have to apply for a new passport. Half are betting he'll be there for a few years. Some think he will be deported in 6 months. Or he could get sick and die too. There's a lot of shit going on, tuberculosis, all kinds of shit. Now, not that I'm wishing on him. I would never do that. I never wished it on Fazio either. But look what happened to him. In fact, I tried to help the guy. I did. I really actually did. I used to write him. Occasionally he'd write back to me on an email. Yeah, he didn't know that. I try to tell him what he needs to do. Well, what I basically told Fazio that he needs a more aggressive approach on the infection that he had. And if they have the capability of having a hyperbaric treatment, it's not always a big chamber you have to go in. Sometimes they have hyperbaric chambers, small chambers for your leg or arm or whatever it might be. I don't know if the hospitals around here have all that. I'm sure somebody has a hyperbaric chamber in some hospital somewhere. It's, as much as they're a developing country out here, I'm sure they probably have something like that. But I had suggested that, or certainly to get a more aggressive treatment and use a broad spectrum antibiotic which covers all bases, but radical approach to using that, meaning some really strong stuff taken numerous times per day, because it had to be a radical treatment. I mean, this was not some phony baloney shit. You saw the craters on him. It was just like a horror movie. You couldn't make that shit up, man. And I've seen it. I've got the pictures, but they're on my computer somewhere. I have to go into there and find it. I don't use the laptop. It's a little bit funky these days, so I haven't been using it. But that's all I used to use when I did live shows, all kinds of shit when I was on camera and all that. And I'd always be on the laptop, but it just needs to be reprogrammed or something. There's a lot of fucked up shit on there. I don't know. I can't even get on YouTube on there. There's something with passcodes, and I don't know. It's just it's a bunch of shit. I'd have to start all over something with that computer. I'd have to. I don't know if it's even worth putting it back to factory specs and all that shit. If that's going to do anything, I don't know. Sounds to me there's a whole lot of shit that goes on Discord. All you got is is it like a man's cave of sort? If that's what it is, it's like a man's cave, and they all just kind of sit around smoking their stogies or something and talk about the goings on YouTube. Is that what it's all about? Kind of sounds that way to me. Well, you'd think that they'd have better things to do, but, how often can I say that? I think I made my point on that. I mean, look at some of the people like Popeye and Don C. Don C's supposed to be some kind of successful guy still running a business or something from home, having to do with this AI shit, whatever. But it sure seems to me that he spends a lot more time following channels around than he actually does any work at home. At least that's my impression anyway. Eister says, honestly, Discord is not big time like Replay and the High Roaders. Oh, you think they're big time? They're big shits is what they are. But sometimes you gotta watch what you do. You want to make a report on somebody, that's fine. But you better damn well back up that fucking report with truth and facts, because it could come back to hit you in the face. That's exactly what might be happening in this particular thing going on right now. Oh, yeah. We'll see. It all comes out in the wash. It always does, and historically it always has. Get all the dirt out. Speaking of that, the stuff in the washer, that would have to go into a rinse now, okay?
We cannot hang also.
Well, at least drain it out, because the water's going to turn out to be like smelly sewer water. You know, it's going to smell overnight with the humidity and everything else. Otherwise, we have to waste water again and do a whole nother wash. We seem to do that a lot. I'm surprised, actually, folks, that my well has any water in it at all. Most people do their laundry once a week or something. We could do about 3 or 4 loads a day. And we're working off a well. We're not working off of barangay or whatever, or municipal water. We're working off a well. And wells are not endless. They're not endless. The aquifer only goes so deep in there, you know. And the rate we use water between showers, flushing the toilet, washing dishes in the sink. Okay, flushing the toilet, we got that. And the laundry that we do, watering plants. I can't even tell you how many gallons we go through a day. I'm surprised that the well is not bone dry. But alas, I'm seeing the beginning of a drought coming here, because that field across the road from me, I see now it's all browning up again. Remember last year? I showed pictures of that. The cow died, probably of dehydration or malnutrition, combination of both. It's going to happen again. It's going to be a tough year, because we are going through climate change. And I think it's actually going to get warmer as years go by in the Philippines. Well, I'll be around to experience it, but we're experiencing it right now. I mean, these temperatures have been killer, man. Patty says, I think he has an office in Thailand. Big Kev said he took him to his office, some fucking closet, his office, CR. But I don't know, with all that money, he can't get his teeth cleaned. I don't understand that. He can't go to a dentist and get his teeth whitened. With all that money he supposedly has. That's interesting. Maybe he's just very petty. I don't know. But you want to talk about teeth. Barry don't have any. And Don C has very yellow teeth. Him and Fozzie would have got along real well. Fazio always said yellow is the color of God. And to prove it, he went around painting everything in sight, even his tools. Generator, tools, you name it, he went around painting it. You talk about a sick fuck. That was a sick fuck. That was a really sick fuck. Well, he's supposed to be retired. What is Don C doing still working? If he has a lot of money, why is he still working? Or is he that greedy? I don't really care about his financial situation, to be honest with you. I'm just making a point. He spends more time waiting for somebody to put a show on than he probably does spending time with his own woman. That's a telltale sign that, well, probably don't got the greatest relationship in the world. Where he puts business before his own mate. If you consider the amount of time that he spends But at least when I'm on YouTube, I'm not always away from my girlfriend. A lot of times she's laying next to the bed or on the couch with me or something. You know, we're not really that separated or nothing. I got nothing to hide from her. I talk about what I would normally talk about, whether she's here or not, on my side or not. Okay. No, I just find it kind of fascinating how somebody claims that they're so afraid of me. Like I'm going to physically harm them. And they got PTSD. And they got major depression. But they're out there drinking with the girls and the cousins, going shopping in expensive places, having fun, traveling with the sister all over the place, going out for lunches with their friends. Man, don't sound like a depressed person to me. I know what depression is. I could define it clearly. I know what PTSD is. I could define that easily too. So how do I define her? 2 words. Or maybe make it 1 word. Bullshit. That's how I define her report. Dunce's short. Dunces. We have a lot of dunces out there. Oh, Duncey. Okay. Short people. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to suffer from dwarfism now. If they're not aging me by 20 years on their editing, now I'm supposed to be suffering dwarfism. Oh, but wait, they integrated something else in there too. Now I'm supposed to be coming from a interbreeded family. I think they got me mixed up with Barry with the 2 colored eyes and coming from a hillbilly family. I think they got just slightly mixed up on that one. Yeah, she did make some very specific accusations. She absolutely did. Oh, you saw Dunce's short, you're trying to say. Okay. Duncey, that's very good. I like that one, actually. She's too busy talking about everybody else, but they're not really attending to their own life. Howdy, folks. Gag me with a spoon on that. And he shows a picture of some other guy's 6-pack. Why'd you put your face in there? Oh, they got me at 5'1" now. Gil, they get the tape measure. Let's have some fun. Get the tape measure. Oh. Okay. Well, I don't have to prove it. Yeah. Don't we have a tape measure? I think one of the workers took it. That never happens. Yeah. And we'll do a once and for all somewhere and make them eat a little more crow again. You can wish me to be as small as you want, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be that short. It is what it is. I can't change it. They can't change it. Whatever my height is, it is. I live with it, and I don't have a problem with it. But I'm certainly not a dwarf. Barry, that's a whole nother story. There is possibly some dwarfism going on with him. You see the way they changed that picture around with, Hagante, me and Barry? Yeah, they made Barry look like he was almost bigger than Hagante. "5'1". Do you mean I lost 6 inches? Really? I didn't know that. Last time I checked, I didn't. Oh no, they had me down to 4 foot something or so. No, never mind a 5'1". They had me down to 4'8" or something like that, I think, at one point. The Incredible Shrinking Man. Mr. Iser says Abo is definitely a garden gnome. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jay is. He looks like a gnome. When you think about it, that's another waste case, that guy, man. The amount he smokes, the amount he drinks. Damn. Top of that, the motherfucker's got a hairy ass fucking chest. He was on camera once. Well, you can see through his shirt. That guy's got nothing going for him. Still living in his mother's place. He's supposed to be a Bitcoin millionaire. Right. In his dreams. In his dreams. Well, as I said, I don't go on Discord, and I'm telling you the truth with that. I don't go on Discord. I tried signing up for it, but I didn't know what to do. It's like, what do I do now? How do I get to somebody's show? I just couldn't figure it out, so I just gave up on it. I believe I signed up for it, but never got on. I didn't understand anything about it, so where are these so-called channels or whatever the hell they are? I mean, just never understood it, really. Oh, I'll say it's invite only, okay. Yeah. Oh, I know somebody who infiltrated their channels. I'm not going to say who, but, you know, I had a little confidant out there that, a deep throat that infiltrated their channels, Discord. I'm not going to say who, but I definitely had a deep throat in there. Oh, I don't even want an invitation. YouTube is enough for me. I don't need to get involved with yet another platform. Give me a break. Don't need it, don't want it. It's going to be a hot day tomorrow for traveling. Well, we go early in the morning. That's what's good about it. We go early in the morning. Makes it better. And, you know, high class all the way. We'll take a grab cab with some fantastic air conditioning, enough room to lay back in there and just shut my eyes and relax on the trip. And well, we don't go on jeepneys either when we're in Cebu. We never go on jeepneys. We only go on jeepneys over here to get to Bantayan from Santa Fe, and that's the only time we go on jeepneys. I'm never going to stuff myself into a Cebu jeepney. I guess they're still around. I don't know. I just haven't taken notice. Well, yeah, I've seen many of them. What am I talking about? Nah, too crowded. Too much disease around there. Everybody, they're in a sardine can, basically. And that's how you get sick. Well, Frank, I hope your lawyers can resolve this for you once and for all. Needs to be done. It'll be done. We're just waiting and seeing. That's all it is. It's a waiting and seeing game, right? It's not a game, by the way, but let's just call it that. It's a wait and see game going on right now. If you want to play A, you know I'm going to play A too. Yeah, and they noticed that Brevis has been kind of quiet too. Ricky's been quiet. Brevis has been quiet. John Blaze has been very quiet. I think he's having trouble with the lady out there. That's why he don't come on. First of all, John Blaze has been going out of his mind, and I think it's got to a point he knows he made a big mistake by having her come out there, because she has made a ton of Filipino friends out there, and she's spending a lot of time with her Filipino friends, and she became very Americanized. Her credit card, she's got it all going, the driving, the shopping, everything. She's got him by the fucking balls. That's why I always say to you, man, don't bring your chick to America, man. Don't do that. I mean, you're taking all that innocence out of her. I mean, that's why you're with a Filipina, because you don't want it to be from the Western culture that you came from. You don't want her to become, you know, a freaking Karen or something, you know, or just a little bit too overly ambitious. That's why you chose a Filipina in the first place. You didn't want an Americanized type woman, or wherever you hail from, British or whatever.
You put
Then to bring him to America,
You put there.
that's right, I'll leave right. And to bring him to America, what do you think is going to happen? Some guys lucked out. Very few, though. The lucky ones lucked out. The ones with their Filipino didn't change much. But you bring them to America, it's all over. Makes no sense how it can still not be resolved. Yeah, I know. Blaze got trashed hard on Discord. Really? What for this time? I don't think Blaze has even been doing. I check now and then, but he hasn't been doing no shows for a while. Got booted in one day. Who got booted? Who got booted? Well, Flying Circus got booted, then he's on. He's got like 3 subscribers. The last time I checked, maybe he's got more now. But he only had, when I checked several days back, he only had about 3 subscribers. 3. Three subscribers. That's another wacky dude, man. A very bizarre person. He's got some talent. He wants to edit and shit. He could put some good stuff together, Flying Circus, but man, his character, it reflects really on what he does when he makes these little videos. Okay, so Blaze and DQ both got on Discord and both got trashed by the Jester. Oh, I see. They blasted DQ, huh? All right, so Blaze has been out there, but he's choosing to go to the other platforms. And why did they get trashed? They say something that was out of line or something, or what happened with that? Oh well, don't matter. Oh, I thought maybe I was waiting for a more elaborate answer on that, but that's okay. Well, that's all the news that's fit to print. All the fence jumpers. Okay, well, we got a lot of them. Tell you, we got a lot of athletes out there. You think they're all fat and all obese and all that shit, but they sure have strong legs because these people have been fence jumping for a decade. They got some pretty athletic legs, I would say so. To jump that many fences all the time, back and forth. It just happens all the time. I got rid of a couple of people on here for making what I call some wisecracks, or what I would, say as a derogatory comment. And these are the same people that will fence jump and now turn against me. That's how it happens. Look, I've been through this how many times I can't count. I've had a lot of people turn on me because maybe they came on my show and either say something that was really out of line or something, whatever. And I just said, hey, I'm not going to mess with this. I'm just going to get rid of them. And that's what I did. I didn't care. I didn't need the viewers. That wasn't my concern. It wasn't making money. They're gone. They're gone. They come back anyway under a different name. And people think I'm that gullible that I don't know that some of the people that come on my show as regulars, I know they're trolls. And the reason I don't get rid of them is because if they're behaving on my show, my channel, I hate to call it a show, really. It's like, expecting dancing girls or something like that. But let's call it my live streams. Makes a lot of better sense to call it live streams. And I know. I can pretty much tell if they're a troll and just kiss it up to me. But if they don't cause trouble on my show, then they're always welcome. But they don't understand that I do get around. And I can see their comments on other people's shows. if they're making derogatory comments about me. I see it. And when I do, I already block them. Then they try to come on my live stream and make a comment, and they find out that they can't. Oh, well, there's worse things in life that could happen to you than to get blocked on somebody's comment section on their show. I could think of a lot worse things. With that being said, let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. Yeah, save your money, honey. Save